Remember Rent the Runway? Now imagine a company that tried to one-up them, but ended up torching $300 million instead. This is the story of Christine Hunsicker and her startup, Castle.
One of the things that we did uniquely at Castle, we initially launched a consumer brand called Winning Bee, and we ran that for about 4 to 5 years in order to really understand consumer preferences and behavior, the metrics that mattered, and really how to run the unit economics of the business.
Yes, with 2 A's. Because what better way to build a fraud than by sounding like a bad Scrabble hand? Hunsicker sold a dream.
I kind of stumbled into it about 20 years ago when I joined my first startup, and I ran, product marketing and sales.
A future where fashion retailers wouldn't just sell clothes. They'd rent them out like Netflix DVDs in 2006. And investors, they ate it up.
Christine, Jan has talked about the resale model. I know rental is really more what you specialize in.
Castle is a fully managed service that allows any retailer to offer a rental subscription service to their customers using their inventory. So basically, we are completely behind the scenes. Nobody knows we exist.
Castle's pitch was irresistible. They'd provide the tech, the logistics, the cleaning, the shipping, everything. All a retailer had to do was let go of reality. Brands like Ann Taylor, Express, and Banana Republic signed on. Revenue soared. On paper. But behind the scenes, Castle was hemorrhaging cash. Logistics costs were insane. Returns were a nightmare. And the tech? Held together with hope, duct tape, and probably a Google sheet. Still, Christine kept raising funds. Over $300 million. Why stop the ride when everyone's drunk on disruption? By 2023, cracks were showing. Retail partners quietly bailed. Orders weren't being fulfilled. And customers? They weren't thrilled about receiving rented clothes that smelled like regret. Then, in 2024, the rug got pulled. Employees were laid off. Retailers ghosted. And Castle, it quietly unraveled. No bankruptcy filing, no public apology. Just a fading website and $300 million in vapor. Christine Hunsicker vanished from headlines and possibly investors' contact lists. So what did $300 million actually buy? Castle didn't just rent clothes, they built massive warehouses, hired teams for steaming, cleaning, packaging, and restocking.
For any kind of defects, holes, rips, snags, things like that, anything that didn't get out in the cleaning process. So every single garment is gone through, as you can see.
She's smelling it too.
Yeah, absolutely. The clothing has to come in pristine condition, like new.
It was like trying to run Amazon's logistics with a fashion degree and vibes. Employees described chaotic systems, broken software, and a workplace that felt more like a startup-themed escape room. Nothing scaled cleanly, and every new retail partner just added more pressure to a system already duct-taped together. But Christine? She was still out there, pitching like the revolution was only one investor away.
Hello, I'm Christine, and I founded Castle, a really cool technology company for the apparel industry about 10 years ago. I think that most people don't realize the blood, sweat, and tears that go into building a startup. It always seems simple in retrospect, like we were building from an obvious blueprint. But in reality, we were creating and adapting to a lot of opportunities and challenges on the fly. When it came time to get employees a 10-year recognition gift, we could have done the obvious, which was like get them a Tiffany's keychain. But instead, we wanted a gift that reinforced our values as a company. And we decided to get everybody custom-made Lego castles to reinforce to them what it felt like to build in the beginning and create from scratch. And I think it turned out really cool. This is my first ever TikTok, and I hope on here to build more stuff while talking about building more stuff.
And tech reporters? Too busy chasing AI headlines to dig deeper. In the end, there was no massive lawsuit, no class action reckoning, just quiet exits, closed doors, and a whole lot of unanswered emails. Investors wrote it off. Christine Hunsaker faded from the spotlight. And Castle? Another name on the long list of startups that dressed up dysfunction as innovation and got away with it. This is Backdoor Billions. Subscribe for more stories they tried to bury.